Hi guys, and welcome to Rapid Growth Monthly Vibe for March. Now, March feels a little bit like a roller coaster for me. It's almost like when you go to a theme park and then you get on the scariest ride, and along the track there's like an extremely scary twist and turns, only then to laugh your butt off after a few other twists and turns come. Then it slows down again. Then you have to catch your breath again, only for the ride to start picking up again and speed, causing that feeling of anticipation again. Well, expect the unexpected. Now, this is also a vibe in this month. Now, for example, that will start to stick its head in and out every now and then. And of course, especially also sticking its head in when you least expect it. So this month, you can expect to feel a little bit more emotional, right? But you might also find yourself feeling sensitive over certain topics that you wouldn't normally feel upset about. So also have an awareness of that. Be mindful that, for example, now you have this valuable piece of information and also insight. Because what sets you now apart from others is that you are now geared up with this information that can help you to navigate your way through these times and just make things a lot more easier than those who's going to end up being caught off guard. So, I also don't have to tell you what it feels like to be caught off guard, right? Now, here for this month, you can also avoid, right? Really try to avoid overreacting in situations that could have escalated and also ended quite badly. So, also note, having said that, because of these things that can escalate conversations, dynamics, anything, it doesn't have to be with a specific person. It's almost like a rabbit hole, anything can happen. But because of that, also your anxiety levels might feel like, but it will feel a little bit intense. It's a sense what I'm getting of that vibe is like a sense of rawness, right? So you will also feel, it will actually start to, and this is what the part that I don't really like about this month too much, is that it will like exaggerate a little bit of unresolved fears that you might have, which will might divert your focus a little bit away from where you're heading to with your life. Now, this month also still holds a lot of power, right? So with every month there's a good side and then there's a bit of a not so good side, but there's always plot twists. So with this month here now also, there's a lot of power like it had last month. However, here it has more of a little bit of a negative impact. Because, now, listen very carefully, because the clarity that you felt last month is now affected by this new vibe that's coming in this month. So if you feel stuck in a state of confusion, then be mindful of what you say and how you convey your message to someone. Because this now is a month when the concept might be really super clear in your mind. However, by the time that concept leaves your mouth, it will not be as clear as you thought it would have been. So keep in mind that when a person is in a state of anxiety, and that includes you, it's not always easy to communicate your feelings, as your feelings are now all over the place because of the anxiety. So if you are challenged with anxiety, then now is not the time to offload your burdens and to express something that you have been suppressing. Right? Should you also now not achieve your desired outcomes, then breathe, right? Just breathe through it. This is just a temporary pause. And also, if you recognize yourself in this explanation, then for example, I would highly recommend and also suggest perhaps that, you explore a little bit, why do you feel stuck in this situation in the first place? For example now, so that here, because what you want to do now is you want to learn from this experience, right? So that you can now start to take active steps next time to avoid repeating the past. Because this is what's happening. This is now showing you when you are in a state of distress, it's showing you how you handle these situations. But now, knowing that, you can consciously change and divert from an old pattern and path to a new, healthier, and more empowered one. So I invite you to start making strong intentions for simplicity, right? You've struggled a lot because of making things more challenging and then just what it needed to be, right? We all have been in that place, and I know that you know what I'm talking about. So you also know that saying of like back to basics. Now, this vibe is calling you, and it's calling you to go back to basics, right? Keep life simple. Keep communication simple. Keep your responses to people and also to circumstances simple and straightforward. Because now, if you continue through this with your path the way that it is, using your same attitude towards your challenges, then you will only burn yourself out before this month is over. Right? Your emotional body now is also, it's kind of like it's fed up, right? It's fed up and is tired of enduring unnecessary stress. It's tired to listen to it, right? It's time it wants, instead of your body sitting there feeling like I have to listen to her or him, start to listen to your body. Because your emotional body is ready for success, but it also knows that it can be achieved easily and also with so much less drama and also the conflict. Now, the best way here to start creating this is to go back to simplicity. Go back to basics, right? Life is meant to be and also to feel simple. Now, even if you are in the middle of an emotional storm, you can find your sense of self and your groundedness by reconnecting to simplicity in all aspects. Right? So close family here now, family challenges can come up as well. And it can also here then be related to old information coming forward, right? That's causing emotional upset. If this happens, then keep in mind that sometimes information can also be used to manipulate rather than educate. So it's kind of like what this vibe is asking you to do is ask questions, right? So stay and stand within your sense of self. You know yourself much better than what you give yourself credit for. If something feels like a drama show, then it probably is, right? You don't have to participate in it. And you can still be part of your family or even of a team. So stay true to yourself, even though you're sharing your life with others, even though you are part of a community. They don't have to be in conflict. It's a matter of just like, hopping and gliding and just being flexible. And here you might also have to stand strong, right? Someone else now might be going through also a very rough time. So this vibe is showing you, show compassion, right? Show compassion where it's needed. And also, good advice here is now, do what you would have wanted others to do for you during your times of need, right? You might actually be called now in this month to act selflessly. And if you do, you won't regret it, right? So just always act within your own set of boundaries and also having a sense and an awareness of your limitations. Because if you stay within that border, you will be glad that you reached out to someone. And then last but not least, later in the month, you will start to feel a strong need to compete. Right now, this is where your ego might start to come up and it might, cause a few little bit of hiccups in matters of the heart. Okay, so if that does, then it's okay, right? Ego is part of your biological makeup. Just always keep it in check, right? So healthy competition is actually not a bad thing because it kind of helps you to aspire to bigger and greater things. So if you feel that competitive vibe coming in, ride that vibe like a surfer would ride a wave. But do this with a healthy strategy. I repeat, do it with a healthy strategy. And then in that way, it does not bring detrimental harm to you and to others and also your relationships with them. Right? So keep your scoreboard high, but also clean from unnecessary bad karma. So having said that, guys, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel at evettevideos.com and stay up to date with my moon vibes and also weekly vibes along with guided healing sessions that I designed for you to help you set your life up for success. And until next time, and also for the next week's weekly vibe coming up, be the light that you are.
Hi guys, thank you for joining me, and remember to grab your copy of Metaphysical Anatomy on Amazon, 679 medical ailments. And I also wrote about the psychosomatic root causes of that, and I'm spoiling you because I even added key points for you to start looking at important questions that you can ask yourself to start improving your quality of life. And also remember to catch me on Instagram, Evette Rose, 1 with the digit 1, and Metaphysical Anatomy on our Facebook fan page. Bye guys!